Why is Amazon such a successful business? One reason is because Amazon is a customer-first company, meaning they put the customer first. And one way they do so is by providing the Amazon A to Z guarantee. Imagine this. You're selling a product, you are seller A, and then a customer buys the product and they are customer B. And then once they receive the product, the customer doesn't really like the product and they make a claim. What if you get many claims on your account? And what if one of those claims or some of those claims are actually fake? Welcome to another episode of Amazon Decoded, the special series right here on our YouTube channel, Amazon Sellers Society. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, make sure that you like this video and comment a question or a comment down below. Congratulations to the winner. Thank you so much for doing all of these things. You've won a consultation call with me. And if you want to also win, make sure that you subscribe, comment, and like. Now in this video, I'm going to be discussing what ODR is, why you might get a claim on your account, and what to do in order to avoid this whole mess. But let's get started into why a customer might actually leave a claim. There are multiple reasons. I've boiled them down into top 3. Number 1, if the customer never received a product. This is very much something related to if you're doing FBM and not FBA. So you have to be worried about that if you're doing FBM. Number 2, the product is not really exactly what the customer saw on the Amazon page. So they're going to say it's a different product. Or number 3, if the customer suspects that the product is counterfeit or fake. Now, all of those claims are basically the customer telling Amazon they're simply not happy with the product that they received. And Amazon, being a customer-first company, take these allegations very, very seriously, and they're going to ask you about them. Not only are they going to ask you about them, they're going to also affect, these claims are going to also affect your ODR, your order defect rate, which you can find right here.
You can find your ODR or your order defect rate right here inside of your account health in Amazon Seller Central. As you can see here, we've got 0% ODR for the past 60 days. You can also check things like your policy compliance, because that might be also something that you are facing, and some policy violations that might have been added to your account. As you can see here, the account is healthy. There's no negative feedback. There are no A to Z guarantee claims, and there are no chargeback claims. And because they are all 0%, then the ODR is also 0%. So make sure that you always check this page.
Now, let's say that you did actually get a claim. You will be notified by Amazon once you receive a claim, and you have 48 hours to basically respond back to that claim. If you don't respond back to that claim, then the case is closed, and then the client or the customer is going to win. But you still have 30 days to appeal whatever claim the customer has proposed against you. And during those 30 days, you just have a 30-day window. You also need to present some additional documentation. And again, if you don't respond or if you don't win, then within 30 days, the case is going to be closed. The customer is going to win, and your account is going to be severely affected. It might also lead to the extreme result, which is the account getting suspended. Now, the main things or the main claims, like I said earlier, are going to be divided into 2. Number 1, delivery, and that's only if you're doing FBM. So if the customer says, I ordered the product, I paid for the product, I never received the product, that is a severe claim, because most Amazon customers like to get the product within the next day, as you know. So you need to have some delivery slips, something if you're doing FBM, to provide proof that the product was delivered. Claim number 2, related to the quality of the product, and even the customer saying that it's counterfeit, it's fake, it's low quality. This is also where you need to have some invoices from your manufacturers in order, or maybe even some PDF documentation showing that the product does come with a user manual. You have explained to the customer how the product is should be used or charged or something like that. So those documentations you would need to upload. So a claim is something that you need to respond to. But what might lead to a claim and how can you avoid it? Number one, you need to ensure that you have an accurate listing. Right now, after you watch this video, if you are selling on Amazon, just go through your listing. Is everything clear? Have you highlighted everything? Is everything well known? Do people know how to use your product? If you see a lot of successful sellers, they actually put a lot of warnings on their images just to clarify for the customer how the product should be used and how it should not be used, just so that customers don't end up buying something thinking that they're going to use it for something and the product turns out to be not fit for whatever they want to use it for. Number two, make sure that your products are packaged well. Now, I always say you don't have to go crazy with packaging because at the end of the day, the product will also be delivered inside of Amazon's packaging. But the packaging, the initial packaging of the product also needs to be good because the product is going to be shipped from your manufacturer over to Amazon, from Amazon within the courier system, from Amazon. In Amazon, it's going to be warehoused inside of a huge warehouse, and then it's going to be shipped over to the customer. So there are multiple stops. You just need to ensure that your packaging holds up, especially if you're selling somewhat of a sensitive product. Number three, shipping. If you are actually doing FBM, make sure that you ship the products on time and make sure that you communicate with the customer if there are any delays, just to avoid any claims, and make sure that you communicate with the customer regardless, even if the product was sent on time, just to avoid any claims that the customer might make. Which leads us to the last point, communication. Definitely, if you are an FBM or an FBA seller, but precisely if you're an FBA seller, Amazon is going to be taking care of the customer service, but they're going to be taking care of the customer service related to shipping your product and fulfilling the order, but not related to any questions the customer might have. Questions like, I need an invoice, how do I use this product? I tried to recharge it, it didn't work, or additional questions that they might ask prior to even purchasing your product. So you need to ensure that any buyer-seller messaging you are able to respond to immediately, just to avoid any issues with customers. And definitely, if you are doing FBM, you're also, like I said earlier, have to communicate with the customer, whether the product was dispatched, if there's going to be any delays or anything like that, just so that the customer can feel at ease and you can avoid a big headache. I would highly suggest that you constantly check your ODR. Trust me, you're going to be notified by Amazon in case there's anything. But sometimes you get so many notifications in your inbox, you might not see it. So check your ODR every single month, make sure everything is done, everything is correct, and make sure that you monitor this order defect rate, because you want to ensure that your account health is perfect. You don't want somebody claiming something false to affect your whole Amazon business. However, this is also a way to ensure that all sellers abide by certain rules and regulations. So at the end of the day, this rule not only applies to you, it applies to all of your competitors. So in a sense, it's a good thing. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in another video with more information. Bye.